Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This time a quick video, and this is about one of my favorite countries called Netherlands, or Holland for some people. Holland is a part of Netherlands, but a lot of people call the whole country Holland. But you know what I'm talking about. I love the country, I have great friends there, and it's one of the countries that I'm considering to maybe even go and live for a while. But anyway, that's not the reason I'm making this video. The reason I'm making this video is because with this whole political agenda that all the politicians around Europe have taken on is about appearing to be the ones who are fixing the problems in the environment. Netherlands is a very small country with a very small population, and the mayor of Amsterdam has decided somehow that she's a genius and that she has this great idea that reducing the speed limit on the motorways all across Netherlands is going to save the planet. So let me break it to you, genius politicians of Netherlands, that your actions are just political bullshit and political scam, because everything that you're pretending to do is not helping the environment. I've made a separate video, I'll link it up here. If you're really interested in changing the environment, go watch it and you'll find out. But basic little things. For example, you produce tons and tons of road signs because your right of priority is set incorrectly. So in the whole world, anyone who's on the main road has priority. People coming from the side street slow down and wait for the main road to clear before they get in. In Netherlands, there's roads, side streets, which have priority, and there's a sign that tells you to slow down. So first of all, you're on a main road, you have to slow down and then speed up again every time you approach one of those signs. So you're burning more fuel, you're slowing down the traffic, causing more traffic jams, and all those signs that have been produced and painted also cause pollution, and they have to be maintained every year. So when the rest of the world is doing something, surely Netherlands can follow. It's not rocket science. And people who are coming from the side street, they have to turn. So they have to slow down and stop anyway. Why are you causing the traffic on the main roads to slow down? That's one thing. Second thing, on the motorways, at night, after 7 o'clock, the speed limit goes up from 100 to 120 kilometers an hour. It used to be 130. In some small stretches, it still goes up to 130, but the vast majority is 120. But then you close one of the lanes. So you're causing congestion and traffic on the two lanes. So you have 3 lanes on the motorways. When the speed limit goes up, one lane is closed down. You are such geniuses. I really applaud your brain power that causing traffic to slow down and have all these jams and congestions somehow saves the environment. How about you look at the amount of disposable stuff you produce and use every single day? I'm not talking about plastic bags that everyone is charging for. I'm talking about everything else that is being thrown around. 5-minute, 10-minute use items. You get a burger in a box, a cardboard box, that you eat, and the cardboard box is binned. And it's the life of that box is about 5-10 minutes, however long it takes the person to eat a burger. Same thing with pizzas, same thing with coffees, same thing with everything that you go out and buy. So all the packaging for all these things that are consumed has a 5-minute lifespan. And that needs to be, first of all, produced somewhere, brought into the city, used, binned, then taken to somewhere using trucks, diesel fumes, all of that, and then recycled. And then those factories obviously create a bigger carbon footprint. Why not, if someone wants a coffee, they should take a coffee mug. And if you don't have a coffee mug, you don't get a coffee. These days, everyone carries a bottle in their bag for water. Surely they can carry one of those mugs as well. If you ban it, if you can control the traffic, if you can create traffic jams in the cities, surely you can control how coffee is sold, how pizzas are sold, If you want to go get takeaway food, take a plastic container. They will give you your food. If you don't have a plastic container, you don't get food. After a while, people will get used to it. It will really, really help the environment. Similarly, all these deliveries, unless it's a business delivery, unless it's an urgent thing required for health reasons or medical purposes or people who are old, there's no need for daily deliveries. There should be local depots where all the stuff is brought to for each area, and either everything is delivered twice a week, so people know that I'm expecting something on Monday and Friday, and that's it. If it's urgent, they can go down to the shop and buy it themselves, or it goes and it's sitting in the local warehouse and they can just walk up or cycle there and collect it, instead of all these delivery vans driving around the city all day long because they're causing pollution. There are tons and tons of simple things that you can do to cut pollution instead of doing these mass propaganda things like, oh, we're reducing the speed limit, because all you're doing is creating frustration because people are taking longer to get from A to B. You're creating traffic jams because you're closing one lane and pushing all the traffic into the other lanes. I don't even understand the logic behind it. So, and same thing with the side streets. Anyone coming from a side street needs to stop and wait for the main traffic. They're turning anyway. So why should the traffic be slowing down on the main roads? And I could go on and on and on, but I'm making this video because recently, since Brexit happened, I noticed that all of the European countries have decided that somehow they have a say in how Britain operates internally and how we live our lives. So in the past, I would never comment on other countries because I always used to think, it's not my country, it's not my problem, and I don't want to interfere in other people's affairs. But now I've noticed that everyone's interfering in Britain's affairs, so how about I tell you how incompetent you guys are yourselves. Also, on that note, the propaganda that Netherlands has about being open to external communities and having no racism and equality and all that, seriously, anyone who goes to Netherlands knows that there's plenty of racism, there's plenty of discrimination, and it's not even hidden. It's just open. But you guys are not doing anything about it. At least in the UK, we have some problems, not as many as you guys, but we talk about it. We have a massive, massive multicultural society and a massive population here that comes from all around the world, and we deal with it. You guys have a small country and vast majority of you are white, and when non-white or other races come and live there, you marginalize them. And because of my friends from Netherlands, I'm not going to go into too much detail about this because they're really lovely people and I don't want them to see this video and be hurt by it, but I think that these are the kind of things that the Dutch politicians need to fix. And they're just wasting their energy and time reducing speed limits because it gives them headlines in the newspapers and it makes them look like these saints in the world who are going to save the environment. India, China, America, billions of people. A small country like Netherlands, whatever you do is a drop in the ocean. It's not going to make much difference. You want to be the leaders, you want to be the example setters, then do it the right way. Make a dent. Don't just put a scratch into it and say, yeah, we've done our job and that's enough. Anyway, those of you who've managed to stick around till the end of this video, thank you for watching, and please pass it on to your Dutch friends, and hopefully one of the Dutch politicians might see it and do something about it. Thanks for watching.